Hey, everybody, welcome to Love and Reload, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and I am super blessed and honored today to be joined by our friend, Matt Was, head of global mobility at Blueground, for a very special show today. Thanks for everyone joining. Say, get in the comments, send some love out here to the show, to Matt. Want to know who you are, where you are, check in. We're going to be taking comments, questions, and diving into some real meaty stuff today. But first, Matt, how are you doing?
Doing great, all things considering, Ben. Thanks so much. I been waiting for this for a long time, and we were supposed to get together 2-3 months ago, and of course, I had all the health stuff happen. So I think it was all meant to be. Paused at that time, and here I am. So I'm really excited to be here,
Yeah,
and thank you so much for the opportunity.
dude, it was great seeing you in at CHPA this spring at in New Orleans. You were, I
Yeah,
think, the first guest we opened with when we broadcast live from there, which
oh
was
yeah,
super cool. And then, gosh, that was 6 months ago. We are like, hey, we got to do this again soon. We kept trying to get it scheduled, kept trying to get it scheduled. I know you got a ton of cool stuff happening over at Blueground, and you've got, you guys. I hear you're sponsoring, Worldwide ERC coming up. You want to plug that real quick before we get into some other
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, absolutely. So it was awesome seeing you in New Orleans. Mardi Gras was crazy. That was towards the end of my party train because I'm
Yeah,
a different person now.
yeah.
But I had a great time seeing all the friends that I have in this wonderful industry of CHPA and corporate housing. It was incredible. So super excited to be there, and yeah, we're really excited to do a premier sponsorship at ERC in Boston in the fall. Literally, I mean, 2 months from today, almost on the dot. So we're really excited about that. We're gonna have a big booth. We're gonna showcase our furniture, our housewares, some of the wonderful things that we're bringing into the world to help people live and feel comfortable all around the world. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we'll see you in Boston, and all of you out there. People are getting in the comments right now. Hit that like button. Get in, check in. We're gonna kind of try to say what's up to everybody here. A lot of love pouring in right now in the comments. A lot of
Yeah.
support here. I'm just gonna kind of throw some of these up. What's up, Angela? Sending the love out. What's up, Jason? Awesome to see you.
All my
Barbara
peeps.
Hale. Oh, Barb. Janaina from Brazil. Great vibes coming at you. Oliver Dubester checking in. Elizabeth Soley, Richard Majewski out in London town. Christina Blondheim. Where the,
We're gonna
where
get a
the
lot of love
Maddie?
today. I don't know if you're gonna
Oh
hit
yeah,
all of them. It's gonna be
dude. I
tough.
think I think we're gonna probably cry today. Chris
We'll
Barnett
probably.
checking in here. I low key, like, that's how I measure success. How many people can I make cry? Tony,
I've been crying a lot lately, but it's
that's
all
like a
happiness lately,
that's
so
like
it's
our
good.
secret. Lisa, um, look at Jamie there. Yelena, Marianne, Passy. What's up, Marianne?
Yeah.
Woohoo. Adam, check out, yeah, video. Shout out to super producer Adam in the house. Casey, Linda, Ruby, Richard again. Yes, the attendance figures are going through the roof. That
There
was
we
your that
go.
was your plan. That was your plan there, Matt, wasn't it? You
Secret
told me
plan was
something. You had a
to
goal here.
yeah. So I messaged Ben a couple weeks ago and I said, look, not to be egotistical sales guy at all, but I want to try to try to break the record for whatever streams you have at one time. So he said it was around 150, and then that was what I had my mind set on at one time, and then you know the
How are we
total
doing?
attendance with for the long stuff, over
Yeah.
1,200. So, but yeah, 150 or more. So what
All
can we
right,
do?
let's see how we're doing here. Yeah.
I
Hit that
see
like, hit that
friends.
comment, share it as
I
well
see
if you want people to
I see
come on
friends,
here.
coworkers. I see industry colleagues. I see family. This is awesome.
Wow, 103 tuned in right now live. This is awesome, y'all. Hit that like. We're gonna get into some stuff here too. Matt, so we saw each other in New Orleans. Yeah, you're right. I'm clicking through here, and it's just like impossible to get through all these names here. Oh my gosh, guys. Tommy, what's up? Michael
Love it.
James, what's up? Amy here in Dallas, still in Dallas. Lauren, oh gosh, there's so much love here, dude. So much love. Yeah. So I saw you. Let's get into it, man. I saw you in New Orleans, and we were all just wearing beads and having a great time and everything, man. But what's happened since then?
Yeah, I think ironically it was around that time that I started experiencing my one single symptom that I had, which was lower back pain. That's all I had. So that's when it started, and I started really noticing it. We're all guilty of this, sitting down too much all day, not moving around enough.
Telling me.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough, right? You got to force yourself to get up, walk around, see nature, go to the
Yeah.
gym, do what you can. So I just started experiencing lower back pain, and ever since that January, February timeframe, it kind of just progressively got worse. And going through the medical system, as many people know, is a struggle and a challenge to get what you need or what your body is telling you that you need. So I primary care, spinal doctor, this and that, and it all kind of accumulated to one moment in time in May. The day before Mother's Day, I was visiting my mom in Dallas for Mother's Day, my dad for his birthday on May 13th, and of course my grandma too. And so everyone's there, and had a couple other family members with us, and just experienced this weird, pain, digestion outbreak. I actually flew myself home on Mother's Day that night and checked myself right into the ER.
So you
Was in the
flew home
hospital.
early. You recognize, wow,
Well,
this is urgent.
I flew home scheduled, which was
Schedule.
probably the worst flight I ever had in my life. It was pretty risky. My mom was not happy about that, but I didn't want to be somewhere that wasn't home because I knew it was serious. So
Did you know in that moment yet, or had you not known yet until that? Okay, all right. So
no,
you flew
no.
home Mother's Day. You go right into the ER. You said,
Yeah, and I've had a history of digestive issues in my life, so that's no secret. Ever since I was in college, um, just experienced problems and kind of dealt with that. But I put myself into remission for the better part of the last 6, 7 years through health changes, diet, exercise, you name it. And then I got lazy, and here I am for being lazy because my body was trying to tell me something. So, but yeah, it's been a journey so
so
far.
you went to the ER, and what they tell you?
Yeah, they were concerned. I'll keep it PG, but there was concerning things happening within my body and outside of my body. So checked me in, transported me to the main hospital, and was there for 5 days. And they ran different endoscopy, 2 different ones, monitoring me. And mind you, I was dealing with this like severe back pain the entire time. It was funny, on the flight back, I actually was sitting next to a 7'2" basketball player in the middle seat, and I was on the aisle. It was hot. It was late. It was just the worst flight ever. So
Who's the basketball player? I gotta ask, who's the basketball player?
I think there was some, high school league or something like
Okay, all right,
that,
got it.
and
All right.
but no business being in the middle seat by any means.
Yeah.
It was. I felt bad for him. So I was struggling too, but yeah. So I was in the hospital for 5 days, and they found a liver concern, and then they also had informally diagnosed me with primary sclerosing cholangitis, which is a bile duct disease, which goes intact with my colon disease that I had back in the day. So I'm like, great, this is spreading everywhere. And then the lesion was of concern. Towards the end of my discharge, they said, we can't handle this here. You need to go to Mayo Clinic. You need to go to, Houston, Cedars-Sinai, wherever it was. And so I waited. Luckily, thank God that I have a Mayo Clinic here, about 30 minutes away from my house. So I chose to stay here. And that's who I'm being seen by right now.
Wow. What was that like? That moment, like when you heard that diagnosis?
Yeah, so that's the craziest part, is that wasn't the final diagnosis, right? So I'm waiting for 2 months to get into
Right.
Mayo Clinic, and I have a lot of people calling, friends, family
Oh, you didn't
members,
even find out
doctors.
then. So you were in the ER
Mhm.
for 5 days, or hospital for 5 days, and you didn't even know still.
Right, 100%.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I waited, actually thinking that there's a possibility that they might need to give me a new liver. I could potentially be on a liver transplant list. But that really wasn't made clear until I actually got in contact with Mayo, and they did an interesting job of my insurance kind of spoiling the fact that I was going to be evaluated for a liver transplant. So the communication was a little bit off. So I went in there thinking I was going to get a liver transplant. And they did the big PET scan, which is, for those of you that don't know, PET scans are just intense MRIs. They inject you with radioactive sugar, essentially, that goes to all of the concerned spots. And that was a Tuesday. And on Thursday, I went in for my first appointment. I had a 30 vial blood test taken, 30 vials, which was really intense.
Like a pint and a half? What is that? Like a quart?
I mean, these vials were wrapped in foil. They were small, medium, big size. Like it was crazy. So, so that happened, and I went to see my doctor right after that, who was the hepatologist that was supposed to help me out with my transplant. And he told me, no, if you saw the results from your PET scan, I didn't want to cancel all of your liver transplant appointments. This was said in a very generous, kind manner, by the way, but giving the short story. But you have cancer. I mean, you have stage 4. It's spread, likely. We're not going to formally diagnose you until we do biopsies and this and that, but it's looking like cancer to us. And it's in the later stages because it's spread to 4 different parts of your body, mostly digestive related. So yeah, that was intense. And then when I saw my oncologist for the actual formal diagnosis a week or so later, that's when I started publishing my story and getting it out there, because truly, I want to be able to help others out. I want to be able to keep a record in a journal for when I defeat this, and for when I can go with my story to help others out, like so many stories and people that I've talked to so far that have been helped as well. So that's my main goal for sure.
Did you immediately? I mean, that's amazing, and I love the idea of the journaling and the documenting these journeys. I mean, so many of us should do that in so many instances, and this is just, a really, really great time for that. But did you immediately have this kind of resolve? I mean, how long did it take you to get to this place? I mean, I got to imagine that at first it wasn't, you didn't have this kind of clarity and this kind of resolve.
Yeah, it was all very confusing. Again, the system's difficult to get answers, and I waited for weeks in pain. It was rough, that back pain kept getting worse. And then ironically, around the time I got diagnosed, I started experiencing many other symptoms, digestive related, that were, bloating and fatigue and all of those other things. So, I was just waiting to get into Mayo Clinic, because the largest hospital in Arizona wasn't specialized enough to treat this extremely rare cholangiocarcinoma cancer, which is, I say it's liver cancer because that's where it started, but actually it originated from the bile ducts, which are, for those of you that don't know, they help you excrete bile, which helps you digest fats. Really, really important to the digestion process. So yeah, it was tough. It was weird. I've cried with many people around me. I didn't think I would ever cry, as much as I did as a little kid for the dumb stuff that I cried over juice or whatever it was,
Right.
But yeah, I released a lot of emotion. That was pent up over many years for, all the stuff that we go through in life, right? It doesn't matter what it is. So that felt good. That felt really good. Your emotions and how much they impact your body. And when you store them, you store, bad moments in your life or trauma, whatever it is, and you can come out of that and figure it out, as well as taking the meds and doing the physical work. Your emotions and your spiritual work are really important as well.
You talk about the spiritual aspect. Has this changed you spiritually? I mean, what impact has this had on you spiritually?
Yeah, it's been a tremendous impact spiritually. I just celebrated my 3 months of alcohol sobriety 2 days ago.
God bless.
And yeah, that's the longest I've gone since I started when I was 18. I've had a couple weeks here and there where I've kicked it, but I've always gone back, because I'm a type A extroverted socialite that loves to socialize and go out to see the DJs and party it up, right? That's just how I've been my whole life. And, this really puts it in perspective as to what's important and, how you have to change your life overnight to make it, to heal yourself, right? And
did they tell you that you had to cut out alcohol, or is that just like understood when you get liver disease, or was that a choice you made, or like what's the deal there?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I knew too much going into this. I already knew what I needed to do because I did it in 2016. The medical medium is incredible. I learned a lot of things from him in his books, and how to eat right and clean, and how much toxicity is in this world. And, so I came equipped with knowledge already about what I need to do, what herbs I need to take, what supplements, what I need to cut out of my diet: dairy, gluten, soy, processed foods, what can help cure or starve cancer. So I came equipped, but now I'm like, okay, now I know everything I got to do. And I learn something new every day. It's without a doubt.
When you say like foods that like starve cancer and like, I'm just fascinated by this concept.
Mhm.
What, like, can you give us some specifics, like enlighten us a little bit on that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So in America, we have a very interesting diet that's overall not good for us. Even when you think you might be eating clean, you could be eating pesticides, glyphosate, you could be eating GMOs, you could be eating massive amounts of sugar in the most case, whether it's Splenda, raw sugar, cane sugar, high fructose. There's like 80 different versions of sugar that's in our food supply. So you have to come well equipped and willing to change that overall. And those are some of the biggest impacts that you can make. And the most important part about starving cancer is that your body has to be alkalinized. So acidic foods like Coca-Cola, coffee, fried foods, seed oils like canola oil, they have to immediately be eliminated. I mean, that is fueling inflammation. It's fueling cancer. It is literally feeding it. So if you can stop it and alkalinize your body through the water that you drink, the things that you eat, you can effectively starve and kill cancer yourself.
Because it can't like survive in that environment. It's like how like a fish needs a certain salinity, or you need a certain air composition. So if you change, what you're saying is you change the alkalinity, I don't know if that's a word, of your body, it can't like exist and thrive and grow in that system. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. So I'm gonna give the best example of this, and thank goodness to my mother-in-law for knowing the right people in her life, Virginia, that introduced me to Allie and Mike that own a water company in this great city of Arizona, or excuse me, city of Mesa, Arizona. So they have something called HDO water, highly oxygenized water. And there's also something called deuterium depleted water, which is a 10 plus pH level. It's highly alkalinized. It's also highly oxygenized with basically ozone layer. And if you know anything about the ozone layer, it helps protect your body from harmful UV rays, but also just enough layer is there to let enough sun through. It's almost just perfect synchronicity how we're all here, right? So if you infuse this water with a bunch of oxygen, that will help kill cancer, not only because it's alkaline, but because cancer can't thrive in a very oxygen induced environment. So this water goes into your whole body. It penetrates the skin, so you can lay in it, you can drink it, and it goes straight to the cells and helps recover and provide the oxygen that is not there for the normal tap water. Even the Kangen water, even the alkaline water, it's all tainted full of, whether it be, bacteria or pharmaceutical drugs, whatever it is. I mean, there's no way to truly clean it. So this water has been a huge impact on my life. And it's just one thing of the many things or weapons in my arsenal for this war that I have. It's been incredible.
How do people get a hold of that kind of water if they're curious to try that?
It's only in Arizona right now. There's a company in Las Vegas that sells it, but it's not as good as the one that's made here. So I foresee a potential side hustle come out of this to help people out
Matt's
that
gonna
are
come
in
out of
need.
this thing stronger than ever, selling water to everybody. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll take the Matt water. I want the miracle water, please. Let me get
Ben, if water was the cure to cancer, the right water, wouldn't that be something?
Dude, if water was the cure to cancer, like, dude, I feel like a TED Talk's coming out of this. Like, dude,
Oh, you'll see.
you're gonna be a billionaire coming out of this thing, man. Selling water
uh,
to people too. Like, that's the really best
I
part.
honestly, the money doesn't even matter, but that would be cool. But trying to be the
And saving
billionaire
lives too.
to help save lives is yeah, that's the thing. So
Richard
I'm
Majewski
excited.
has a question. Richard always with the hard hitting questions here. Are you recommending drink less, Matt? I ask as I drink almost every day. Something, tell me straight, please. Honestly,
So let me give you the
how important,
benefits.
how bad is alcohol for our body?
Yeah, so let me give you the benefits of what I've experienced through the ceasing of consuming alcohol. So uh, everyone said, don't you have a good intuition, or can't you just feel what seems right? I'm like, I don't really feel that. I don't know. Maybe it's your gut feelings, your colon. I don't know. Mine's all messed up. Uh, I don't know. I never really felt that before. Women have incredible intuition. I was like, oh, I'm just a guy. Like, I don't got intuition.
Wasn't born with
So
that.
yeah. So the biggest thing is the increased intuition and the awareness of your gut feelings. That's one. Two is the increased creativity. My mind's clear, despite the chemo going in and like all the things I'm taking that are not the best thing for my body, but maybe necessary in the current moment. Uh, that is huge. I mean, I feel like I'm creating a new business in my mind, just thinking about it, right? Every day. So that's awesome. My energy levels are awesome. My sleep is incredible. I need way less sleep. Actually, it's kind of weird. I wake up before my alarm now, sometimes an hour before, and I feel well rested. So,
That's
that's a,
crazy too. Just to even
yeah,
think about too, considering all the things you're going through right now with the
yeah,
cancer and the chemo and everything. I mean, the fact that you're feeling like well rested and whatnot. I mean, how do you feel like on a day to day basis? I mean, you're talking about the back pain you had. I mean,
yeah.
how are you really like feeling right now? Like right now.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm not gonna lie. The chemotherapy is intense. It comes with its side effects. Most definitely, I've learned to control them through herbs and plant medicine and mostly plant medicine, to be honest. So there's I have an anti-nausea pill as well, but it's kind of necessary the first day or two, but then I can wean myself off of it. I've had incredible progress in terms of, my back pain. I feel better. I'm starting to see improvement. I can sit here, talk to you without getting up and running around the room or like stretching and feeling uncomfortable. So there's progress, which is really nice to see. And the progress has only happened really within the last week or two. So it's pretty crazy to think about that. It just make an immediate impact like that.
So you're saying you're having progress. The progress is evidenced by just the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
Is there any other ways that you see progress?
I feel great every day. I mean, I I don't know if it's what I'm putting in my body for sure. I'm eating real clean. I'm eating basically full paleo,
What are
no
you what are you
artificial
eating? Tell me
ingredients.
tell me what you're eating. Like what is a like you tell me
Yeah.
I'm eating broccoli with pesticides, you want to try to eat clean. So like what are you eating? Where are you getting this stuff? Like give me something to aspire to, Matt, because I'm probably doing the
Yeah.
exact opposite of what you're doing right now. So where should I
Yeah.
be? What should I be doing here?
Yeah. So the heart of the paleo diet is natural foods that human beings have been eating for thousands of years through their evolution, right?
Okay.
So I eat meat. I eat lean meat, chicken, turkey, salmon, lots of other protein sources, healthy fats, avocados, almonds, walnuts, coconut oil, the healthy fats that will digest well in my liver, not bad, like fried foods, for instance. I am a juicing machine. I'm a smoothie guy. I've always been a smoothie guy, and my smoothies are incredible. I use a variety of different ingredients: avocado, banana, berries, lots of leafy greens, organic leafy greens, kale, spinach, arugula, and protein, really clean protein powder. There's so much trash protein out there. It's crazy. People are, soy protein, scary. Whey protein, scary. I this really clean protein by Truvani. I also
What's the name of what's the name of
mushrooms.
the protein again, real quick?
Yeah, it's Truvani. Truvani. It's hashtag or at the Food Babe. Food Babe.
Is this safe
She
for
is an
work? What are you giving
incredible.
us right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, good.
All healthy. The Food Babe makes you realize how much crap is in your food, basically. And she
I don't
has
know
her
if I
own
want to know. I don't know if I want to take the, what is it, the Matrix, the red pill or the blue pill. Like I
Take
don't
the
know.
red
Like
pill, man.
I just want to eat my
Take the red
Chick-fil-A,
pill.
man. I just, oh man. No, like I mean, because like listen, you don't have to have cancer to know that this needs to be a priority in your life.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here as a, theoretically, but I think it's people want to know these details because there's a lot of people right now that are interested in
Yeah.
in future proofing themselves, let's say, as human beings, as our bodies, whatever.
Yeah.
People are checking in left and right. Tons of love out here, by the way. Get in the comments, send some love. I don't have time to read everybody's comments here, but I'm trying to flash them all up here. Like each other's stuff as well. Feel free to share this live stream as well so that your network can see it as well. Man, dude, the attendance right now up to 125. Matt, usually people have
Nice.
tuned out by now. Usually Richard's already eaten dinner by now. His wife's probably been yelling at him for 27 minutes. But everybody's here for you, Matt, and thank you for being here for us. People are asking for recipes. You got what do you got, a garden? How's the garden growing?
Yeah. I had my sister-in-law Amanda put together a couple of friends and bought this like super intense hydroponic garden system, GRDYN, that can grow fruits and vegetables in my own home, mostly vegetables. I got the immunity pack, of course. So I have, chamomile, I have jalapenos, I have kale, I have butter
What are you
lettuce.
doing
I
with
have
chamomile,
all the
by the
things.
way? I know this is a tea, but what do you do with chamomile?
Calms the nerves at night.
Do you just you just eat it or you make tea out of it?
Dry the leaves, make a tea out of it.
Okay, make tea. All right, so you're not doing anything. Okay. Just Got you. What's the best thing you've grown?
So the garden takes a while. It takes a couple of weeks, but I also have a mini sprout garden that takes 7 days. So I take the sprouts, the pads, they grow like 2-3 inches, cut them off, put them in my smoothie. So it's literally Matt's farm to table.
Sprouts like bean sprouts, like alfalfa, like what kind of sprouts are we talking?
Yeah, so I'll just give you an example. Broccoli sprouts. They have a high content. You mentioned broccoli, so it was on my mind. And I actually don't like broccoli, so it's kind of ironic. Broccoli sprouts.
How much of this food do you actually like?
All of it.
How much are you making yourself eat?
Except for broccoli. I don't mind any of it. It can taste really good. That's the thing. If it's prepared right, it can taste really good. So
I'm over here. I'm the bad influence guy. Okay. What's the one food? What's the one thing that you stopped eating, drinking, whatever, that you miss the most?
Honestly, like a good Dave's hot chicken, fried chicken sandwich, man. Like Popeye's fried chicken. I mean, yeah.
Dude, everything you said before now just went out the window. Like honestly, like all the sprouts and the smoothies and I'm like, where's the hot chicken? What time is it? We almost done with this? No, okay, cool. So we got questions here coming in here. Keep the questions. Okay. Hey, also I gotta and Nathan, we're gonna get to you in a second, Nathan. That's a whole thing, Nathan. And the people
like
are great.
mushrooms.
People are we're gonna talk about this here. But question. I had a question.
Yes.
That was my question.
Well, let me tell you about the broccoli sprouts, and then maybe
tell me about the broccoli sprouts. Sorry. All right, go for it.
So the broccoli sprouts. So, for instance, a little small 2 to 3 inch broccoli sprout is packed with nutrition. It has something called sulforaphane.
What does it look like? Florets,
like
like
a little
Rob?
4-leaf clover, like a small little 4-leaf clover at the very beginning. It's like a little, kind of looks like a bean sprout, but
Okay,
thinner stem.
gotcha.
So it has a high content of sulforaphane, which actually repairs your DNA, and it's
Oh,
actually
well, that
really
sounds
good
good.
for your liver.
Yeah.
So you do damage through something called free radicals that lower your telomere length, which actually determines how long you will live, which is pretty crazy microbiology. But this sulforaphane is packed into these little stems. So you have those, and it just jumpstarts your immune system. There's all these benefits. It's incredible. So that's just one of the sprout farm group that I'm growing.
And you're growing this with what? Is this the garden you're using to grow this?
No, there's another one out there. I can't remember the name right now, unfortunately, for their sake. But I can post it in the comments when I'm done.
Yeah. We need information here.
It's
This is
out of Europe, I think. Actually, it was created in Europe. The garden was created, I think, in the States, and then the other one that I have is created in I want to say the UK, but I could be wrong.
all right. Let's get to what everybody wants to hear about, the mushrooms. What's up with the
Yeah,
mushies?
man, they're like some freak alien thing put on this planet. I swear. Reishi, turkey tail, cordyceps, lion's mane, all are incredible for your brain, your immune system, your energy levels, depression. I mean, literally, mushrooms could change the world if people really incorporated not the mushrooms that you buy at the store, like the white little mushrooms, but
Not the button
the actual
mushrooms
mushroom. No,
that have
that's I don't.
nothing. They're like the iceberg lettuce of mushroom.
Yeah, like sprayed pesticides, all that stuff, right? So no. So mushrooms are incredible. Mushrooms are actually also shown, the psilocybin ones, the ones that make you a little psychedelic. They have been proven to, and they're in the trials, the late stage trials right now, that shows that it proves that it creates neuroplasticity and can cure and treat depression, PTSD, other symptoms that are just neurologically damaging to our system. So it's incredible. They're overall, I do love the mushrooms overall because they are incredible. I actually thought for the longest time I was allergic to them, but they would disturb my inflammation in my colon. So I just kind of kicked them for a while. But now, ironically, that I'm eating clean, I can digest them really well. So it's kind of ironic.
So, okay, so we are talking about the fun ones here. We're talking about the
So
psilocybin mushrooms.
like 10% of that is the fun ones, but the other ones,
Because
the
like you said,
reishi,
lion's mane. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
I've had lion's mane
yeah,
and didn't trip
yeah,
out. Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we're
Lion's
talking about the
mane,
spills. Okay,
so turkey tail and chaga are the best for cancer, for instance.
okay.
Lion's mane is the best for your brain, neural health, recovery, new brain stem cells creation, good for memory. People have Alzheimer's, you know, just a bunch of different benefits, right? So it's worth everyone looking into for sure.
Okay, but let's go back to the psilocybin ones.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
those good for?
So that's the PTSD, depression. I'm not a doctor, right? I should say that at the beginning of this. Jeez, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm
Now you
advising
tell
people.
me. We're like half an
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
into like you giving advice, medical advice.
we get to the stuff that's questionable in terms of the eyes of the law, and I gotta state that I am not a doctor, nor do I practice or have any education other than my own education for the
I
last
feel
10
like
years.
though, like yeah, I feel like when you have cancer though, you can get away with pretty much whatever you want. Like honestly, do people like you? I mean, you feel like you can get away with stuff. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna try, mushrooms
Uh,
over here. I'm gonna do a little this. I'm gonna do a little that. I'm gonna make some medical
yeah,
claims. Yeah, it's all good,
yeah.
right? Like,
I mean,
do whatever.
like that's the thing. Cannabis, incredible. Cannabis gets rid of my nausea completely. I feel terrible for the people that don't have access to cannabis, RSO oil specifically, or
Yeah.
good CBD oil that's full spectrum. I literally take that, and my nausea is gone immediately. It's almost within 30 minutes. So,
And
like Arizona, luckily, I saw Vinny's comment. Arizona, luckily, has an incredible recreational and medical state overall. So, thankful for that.
do you,
True.
Drew's trip. Love Drew. We got such a cool
Uh,
community, man.
I know
How
we do.
how is the community been, man? I mean, I tell you what, like just having you on the show, man. I've had so many people like just DM me and be like, "Hey, awesome, so happy you're doing this, whatever." But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, how has it been for you? I mean, the outpouring of support. What's that been like?
Yeah. The outpouring of support is the tears that come to my eyes. So they might come. But uh, friends, family, coworkers, but the ERC community and, well, the worldwide ERC community, mobility in general, and specifically the CHPA community, Corporate Housing Partners Association, have been incredible supportively. I would be remiss to not mention this, but Barb Hale, president of CHPA, Wendy Glady, president and CEO of her own company in Vancouver, living local, and Christina Blonheim, who works for Altavita, created a GoFundMe. Gosh, I think it's been 9 days now. I don't even know. It's time's flying, right? Every day is so different for me. But in 24 hours, they raised $12,000 from mostly this mobility community. So many people to contribute to list. You know, I have 164 donations currently at $25,501. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. I'm, you know, I was laughing with all three of them before I said, look, this money, you know, I do have a lot of daily expenses. Don't get me wrong. I am doing every alternative treatment there is out there, no matter what. But people asked me how they could help. And the girls kind of just, I call them Matt's Angels, because that's our little group name via text, because it feels like Charlie's Angels, but in the best possible way and non-masochistic way. It's Matt's Angels for a good cause. And, you know, it's been incredible, the amount of support that I've had from them to organize that and just do it out of the blue, not even asking. And we've raised a ton of money, and I appreciate everyone's support and love and words and comments and just everything on my carrying bridge that has my journal story. It's been just overwhelmingly incredible to receive the love. I feel just the immense amount of gratitude overall. And yeah, I love everyone. Honestly, it's awesome.
Yeah, let's let people know how they can support here. So we got the GoFundMe link. It's scrolling along the bottom. Obviously, that's not clickable. It's probably hard to even read and write down. Christina threw it in the comments here as well. I'm not sure if it'll let you click that or not, but please, if you can, write this down. Don't navigate away from this page. I always have trouble with this. Don't navigate away from this page. I want you to watch the show here and let's hear what Matt has to say for the next 20 minutes. But this is going to kill your numbers, Matt. All right, but go hit this link and go donate here. Matt's Angels. People are loving the Matt's Angels. This is great.
Yeah, that was my own doing. They didn't name themselves the Angels. They're just my angels. I have a lot of angels in my life right now. And, you know, whether it be whatever religion you believe in, it doesn't matter. If you're spiritual, if you're an atheist, it doesn't matter. There is something to this three-dimensional world that we live in. And I've had a lot of signs to help me out over the time. And I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, let's get in there and let's donate. Let's see how much money we can raise here for Matt. I can't imagine the kind of expenses that go into, from healthcare costs to alternative medicine to the cornucopia of mushrooms that you're eating right now. It all sounds very bespoke, these mushrooms. So let's get in there, buy Matt some mushrooms and other stuff. Donate to Matt, please. I donated. I encourage everyone else to donate. Give whatever you can. You know, it's not a contest. Do what you feel. Do what moves you. But go ahead and give, please, something. Yeah, were you surprised how many people came out and showed you so much love?
Yeah, a little bit. I think anyone would be surprised, you know, unless you're like a semi-famous or something like that. Something like that. It feels good from a level that I see names and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to that person in a long time, or, you know, whatever. And it's really hard it's happening so fast, and I have so much going on, which is good for me. But you know, it's tough to catch them all and send thank yous. And so I do apologize for not personally sending thank yous, but I can tell you that for sure I see every single one of them, and I hold it in my heart and feel the immense amount of gratitude. So I really appreciate that from my heart to everyone's. So it means a lot.
Anissa says you are famous, Matt.
That's my esteemed leader at Blueground, Miss Anissa. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I've
she
met
thinks I'm
Anissa.
famous.
Anissa is super impressive, and Anissa, you've built a very impressive company. Blueground is the talk of the industry, and Matt, you are very well loved as well. So it always helps when you have great people at your company.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Matt. I mean, coming out of COVID, right? Obviously, everything was like COVID sucked, but there was, people start talking about silver linings and things like that. And I don't know if it's too soon to ask you this question, but has there been any surprising silver linings and takeaways from this process?
Yeah, I'll probably write a book on it one day. It
Silver
certainly
linings
is.
playbook.
Yeah, something like that. Matt. I'm gonna have to do something with my last name about it. It's gonna have to be some kind of pun or something like that.
Story that was.
Yeah, the cancer that was. I don't know,
Yes, that
something like
was.
that, right?
Ooh, dude, you got some ideas. Not drinking thing is working out for you, Matt. I tell you what, man,
Pretty
you got
crazy.
some good stuff going on here. All right, so tell us about the what have you learned? What are the silver linings coming out of this?
The silver linings. One of the most intense things that resonates with me is I'm happy this happened to me, which is weird. It's almost like it snapped me out of my funk that I was in like a zombie for years. That it taught me who I was, and which was the last. Um, it was the title of my last Carrying Bridge article. It was um, "Tell him to remember who he was," which actually came from one of my best friends, Caitlin, connected me with a medium out of Las Vegas who can, whether you believe it or not, connect with the higher realms of existence, that people that have not been with us, and had a few family members that have passed that came and went through my life with me and showed me. But that is one of the strongest messages that they shared with me, is to help him remember who he is. And that was intense, because now I feel like I am who I am. So that's the most intense part about all of this. So that is 100% the silver lining, is that I needed this to wake up, to take the red pill. And everyone knows I'm a red pill guy, but now I'm like a supercharged, intense red pill guy. So that's the silver lining. And there's many, many others, but that's the first and most important.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's powerful stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to let that kind of resonate a little bit.
Yeah.
We talk about going through life as a zombie, right? Like we do. We go through life through the motions, right? We drive to work, get dressed in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's like we do. Even going to the conferences, right? You go to URC, you go to CHPA. We do the same thing all the time. Basically, every year is so similar to the year before, punctuated by some life events here and there. But like, are we being, intentional? Are we being present and
Yeah.
appreciating every moment? And it sounds like this has given you a reason to appreciate every moment in your life.
Yeah. And, honestly, I'll top it off with another great thing that I learned from him. And I kind of always knew it, but, Ben, ironically, The Matrix is my favorite movie of all time. I think it's highly symbolic from a religious perspective, but also from the life that you just mentioned that we live every day. And sometimes it takes something really intense and a decision that you have to make in your life, that, am I going to change my life for the better to survive? Or if I'm going to give up, eat my McDonald's every day and just say, screw it. Right. That's a decision that I had to make. And what I learned from this incredible soul was that this planet Earth is a ladder. You have to consider it to be stairs. That every time you go into a body and experience what you're experiencing in life, that those experiences will develop you into who you are and what you are missing from the full experience. And until you finally get to this level where you are just, you know, you're Buddha, you're Jesus, you're Allah, you're whatever incredible spiritual being that came to earth and taught the world how to be, right? So that's what you have to focus on, is that if you have a shit day or you have something bad happen to you, what are you learning from that experience? Are you learning patience? Are you learning not to be a victim? Are you learning how to go forward with it with energy and strength, encouragement? You know, what are you doing? What lesson can you learn? And if you get yourself in that mindset, life is easier, in my opinion.
Wow. People are really flooding the comments and just kind of blown away, I think, by the perspective that you're sharing here. And somebody said before, and I can't find the comment because there's so many dang comments, but
I'll break a comment record, I guess, at least.
people are crapping on McDonald's. Yeah, I feel it. We're here for it. But wow, just I'm reading this stuff. I'm listening to what you're saying. Everybody's kind of blown away, you know. And I think one of the comments that was before was saying how, I mean, maybe you know, but you'll probably never really know the impact that you're having on people in this moment right now. And this is one of those things that kind of occurred to me a couple weeks ago when we had our Love and Reload 500 event, and people shared their stories, and they were poignant, you know, much like your story. And people chose that day to make an impact in someone else's life. And most days, we probably don't make that choice. But you're choosing to make an impact today and sharing your story. And, you know, you're not doing it to people feel sorry for you. You're doing it to inspire people to be intentional with their life.
Yeah. And it's not even about
their dietary habits, you know.
Just kick the alcohol for a while, eat organic and clean, and like you'd be pretty surprised how you feel every day. Honestly, it's pretty wild. It definitely, all things considering, if I kept my lifestyle the same, I could be dead right now. Honestly,
wow,
it was so.
That's
awesome.
Crazy to think too, man. I mean, how old are you, Matt?
Yeah, 34.
You believe if you didn't change your diet that you would certainly be dead right now, or?
I don't know about right now, but I think it would have accelerated the symptoms I was having and just promoted more inflammation, so my body couldn't handle it anymore, right? So that's the thing, and it could just be the smallest things. The hardest part is that the intuition helps me pick what I need every day now, like what my body needs, and I didn't have that before. I just said, "Yeah, whatever, it's a meal. Doesn't matter. I'm full," right? Everyone wants to be full. Believe it or not, fasting is actually incredible for everyone, but for cancer, at least 24 hours, at bare minimum, intermittent fasting. But like a 3-day fast, actually, I'm not doing it now because I have to, my weight is just all over the place with chemo. But believe it or not, 3-day fast just with water, generates stem cells throughout your entire body and heals inflammation and a variety of different other ailments. So there's something to fasting, right? There's something to a lot of the things that you might have heard of in the past, but you might not see an ad for it. You might not see it on a billboard. You might not see a commercial for it, but the information is out there if you search for it. And I certainly want to be a pivotal part of people's journey in the future. And I don't know if it's a book. I'm not really a book guy. I'm more of a TED Talk guy. So maybe whether it's talks, whether it's a wellness center that I can invest in, angel invest, whatever it is, I don't know. But I definitely am going to help people out for the rest of my life, 100%.
That's so cool. That's so cool. It sounds like in this, you also kind of found purpose in your life too. And it focused your purpose. I mean, you're always a good guy. I mean, everybody knew that about you, Matt. I mean, you know, everybody knew what a solid stand-up, person you were.
Yeah, thanks.
Just this moment seems to have kind of almost given you an opportunity to almost rise to a new challenge, to a new purpose. And I'm excited for you in that.
Yeah.
I want to say too. So when we did our Love and Reload 500 experience, it was basically, we did a lot of these kind of TED Talks, and it was so impactful to people. And when we do our next one, I would like you to come back and share your story on that stage.
Yeah, I wanted to be that 500. Honestly, I really did. But my favorite thing to do is travel. So I can't travel right now. I can go to the mountains and travel up north in Flagstaff, Sedona, and stuff like that, which I'm going to do this weekend. But can't travel, so it sucks and it kills me because I love traveling. I'm the credit card point wizard. Like I travel all the time because it's free. Whether it be for work, for productive work, business, sales related items, or if it's just personally going to Italy or Greece or Hawaii with my wife or my family, whatever it is, it's my favorite thing to do. So
I want to get into some fun stuff, but since you mentioned your family, how are they doing through this ordeal?
yeah, so it's been a roller coaster. Best way to describe it. We have our ups and downs. Was raised in a military background family, so very disciplined, very structured. But they got to have those abilities right now because I need it. I need to be able to be self-controlled. I need it, right? I don't even drink tap. I mean, I don't even drink any water other than this water right now. So like anything that's going in my body liquid-wise is this water. That's it.
You're making choices every time you put something in your mouth. You're making a choice.
Yes, I drank a little bit of tap water 2 days ago, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, can't do it!" Right? It's freaking me out. But I just forgot my water bottle.
Did it have a physical effect, or was mentally you were like, "Whoa, what did I just do?"
I was like, what's in this water? What's in the hoses? Like, I have to calm myself down a little bit, but I might be a little overboard. But I can't help myself with the discipline, so it is what it is.
A niece says your expense reports miss you. She's hilarious.
I have some scary expense reports.
I know, but does Anissa miss your expense reports is the question. Who's missing what over here? Gosh.
Oh, I bring it all back to the organization. I know that. So yeah, it's all good.
Let's have a little fun, Matt.
Okay.
You down for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's play a game here. You guys ready to play a game out there? All right, let's get in the comments here. Let's support Matt. We're going to play overrated, underrated, Matt. Do you know how to play this game? You seem like a smart guy.
Yes.
You got to figure it out. Okay.
Too much.
There's only two answers here. Overrated or underrated. Don't get cute with it, okay? Don't overthink it. I'm going to give you a topic. You're going to tell me if it's overrated or underrated, and I'm going to tell you if you're correct. I'm not going to take it easy on you. Okay? Cool. And also get in the comments here and let Matt know if he's crazy. Everybody's been so nice this whole show. Now's your chance to really tell them what you really think. Just kidding. All right, let's get started here. Overrated, underrated, credit card points.
Definitely underrated.
Definitely underrated. Okay, defend your answer.
I haven't paid for a personal flight in 10 years.
Is that true? Is that factual? You haven't paid for a personal flight in 10 years? You got that many credit card points?
You put everything on your credit card. You optimize the credit card points optimization. I have an LLC for real estate.
Yeah.
Business credit cards, regular credit cards. You go all out on one. You pay it off every month. They'll pay a dime in interest, and you just rack up points.
And
miles,
are you one of these people that books your personal travel really far in advance?
I do, and I'm a really responsible booker as well. So yeah.
So you're getting like $17,000, $14,500, $14,500 point, round trips places, right? You're one of those guys.
Yeah. I'm even like optimizing the dates for when I travel and stuff.
All right, we got questions. We need more information here. We're gonna go over. I'm calling it already, people. So buckle up. Elizabeth saying, "What's your favorite credit card?"
The best credit card for points overall, for travel points, is the Chase Sapphire Reserve.
You say that with like such conviction too, like it's everyone like undisputed.
Yeah, it's I have the platinum too. Like I love the lounge, but I'm gonna cancel it because the lounge is pointless to me now because I don't drink anymore. Like sure, free meal is great, but
you're not gonna eat that crap anyway. You're gonna eat like none of it. You're gonna not drink any of it. You're gonna just like, bam. Now I got my bottle of alkalized water and my nuts and avocado in my backpack. Janet's saying, what's your secret? One business. Give us one points personal travel points tip.
Just read thepointsguy.com.
Yeah.
All
Solid.
day.
Best
Sign up for
air,
the
what's
newsletter.
the best airline for points traveling? What's your airline of choice?
I'm sorry, Southwest. You really screwed me the last year and a half. I mean,
Dude, Southwest
doesn't
is so
matter.
overrated. I don't care. I'm going to go on the record. We're here in Dallas, headquarters of Southwest Airlines, and they're trash. At me. I don't care.
It's been rough the last year and a half. I was that stranded guy in Christmas for sure. I drove home from Dallas actually to Phoenix. It was terrible. I'll leave it at that. Not spreading the bad vibes here, but the best thing is the points guy. Sign up for his newsletter. All that.
Who's your airline? Are you a what's your airline?
Right now I'm all in on American because it's a big Phoenix hub.
Yeah, because when they bought U.S. Airways, it became sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dope. What's your status level? You executive platinum?
Just gold, man. I was really gonna go to the next level this year, and then this all happened, and I don't think I'll hit the next level.
No.
So it's okay, but yeah, that's the best. Well, right now, optimization wise, it doesn't really matter. There's a bunch of Instagrams. Max Mile Points, he's really good. I mean, there's a bunch of people out there.
Hey, I got a question for you. So I'm an American Airlines. We're gonna get really in the weeds here. I'm an American Airlines. I forget the name of the credit card. It's like Barclays or something.
Yeah.
Credit card person, right? Yeah, you sign up for it on the plane. They give you 50,000 miles, sometimes 60. And I think you might pay $200 a year or whatever. You know the drill. So you're saying Chase Sapphire Reserve is better than that American Airlines card, even if you're flying American?
So I do have an American card. I've gone through my personal and my LLC. So I just earned 200,000 miles the last 6 months or something like that. I think that it's smart to book American Airlines on your American Airlines credit card, 100%.
Sure.
But if you are redeeming miles and whatnot, like you just stay in the ecosystem. But you can also book American Airlines travel on the Safe Chase Sapphire Reserve platform and earn a bunch of points if you put it on your Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So it's like a win-win. You could do either way, but I don't know what the exact math adds up, but I usually book on my American card for the miles.
So that's how I got executive platinum, is I was using my American card for like business purchases and whatnot. And because basically, so I was really killing the miles with it. And I need those first class seats because I'm a big boy. So, but we got another question here. Janet Williams is saying, can we give you points?
I don't know. Maybe. I've never given anyone, or I've never received any points. I think some credit cards allow that, some don't. Some charge you a fee. I think when I tried to change it to my wife's account, it was trying to charge me a fee, and I was like, screw it. I'll just book it under my own profile. So I don't know. I'm sorry, Janet.
Give him the cash. Just give him the cash, Janet. Thanks, Janet. Appreciate the question here. All right, next, overrated, underrated. Instant booking in corporate housing. Is this for real? Overrated, underrated?
Super underrated. If it's done right, it can be done really well. 100%.
Super underrated. That's hard for me to believe because it seems to be all anyone's talking about. So how could it be underrated? Defend your answer.
It's all anyone's been talking about. It's all anyone's been talking about for many years now. We are behind as an industry. We desperately need to think of solutions to not become irrelevant. There's incredible agencies out there, Nomad, ReloQuest, that do an incredible Silverdor, many of Blueground's clients that do a great job aggregating. There is certainly a place for that, but we need to push harder on tech. We're really excited to have some live channel managers or APIs with some companies and whatnot. Our model as Blueground was not founded on corporate housing or service departments. It was founded as a B2C company, business to consumer. We are trying to, make people feel comfortable wherever they live or work. And that's the goal. We have a very unique product, and it makes it so much easier during the process when people can view your inventory and actual photos of the apartments online. And we have a bunch of ways to, make it work for mobility in terms of month to month. And that's my job and my team's job to do and to tell the industry about.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have like the off the shelf inventory to pull it off. I feel like to do instant
Right.
booking properly, and you have to have the technology, the back end technology that you can API into these platforms.
Mhm.
You know, and there's and one of the things that struck me when I started going to CHPA conference is how fragmented,
Yeah. Yeah.
alkalized threw me off for the rest of the show. How fragmentalized the industry is, and so it's hard to get all those mom and pop kind of operators of 20, 40 units on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what Blueground's doing is super interesting. There are some good aggregators out there as well. We'd be remiss to not give Christina Blonheim's company, Altavita, a shout out as well.
Absolutely.
Friend of the show.
Great company to work with. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I'll allow it. You're right. Underrated.
Ah,
Highly rated and still underrated. Those are the best. All right, next, overrated, underrated. Alternative medicine.
underrated. It can cure the world.
That's such a broad claim.
Mhm.
Is there
Your
okay,
body, your mind has the power to manifest and to make yourself who you want to become.
It hasn't been
100%.
working, Matt, for me. So I no, but I do think you can manifest a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I just kid. But okay, I'm gonna flip it around then. Is there alternative medicine that's not legit? That's BS out there.
Heroin's alternative medicine.
Wow. Wow, man. We're just going extremes, aren't we? I love it. Okay. All right, fine. It. I'll allow it. You make
It doesn't apply to everything. Doesn't apply to everything for sure. There's very, very bad alternative medicines too.
Said heroin. I feel like
there's
heroin
really
wins
good.
any argument. Heroin. Okay. Underrated, overrated. Microsoft Office, G Suite.
Sorry, ever since I started using G Suite, Microsoft Office is extremely overrated, and it is not as good of an ecosystem as Google. I see the benefits in both, but I prefer G Suite and how it works. The amount of ecosystem and implementation you can do with G Suite is just far greater than Microsoft, and Microsoft just has that. They've done a good job, actually. They really have, but like, I don't know. I just like G Suite.
All right, this is going to cause a fight. We need to get in the comments right now. Are you a Microsoft? These are the answers, people. Okay, are you a Microsoft Office person or are you a G Suite person? And I know you G Suiters are real proud and you're waving your G Suite flags out there. Okay, but you closet Microsoft Office people need to represent. Okay, admit it. If you're a Microsoft Office person, put it in the comments. If you're a G Suite person, put it in the comments. We can't even answer this debate in my own company. Okay. I thought I was the boss until I found out half my company is using G Suite right now. Okay. So I mean, this hits home. This is a raw nerve for me a little bit.
Here's the thing: is that like
I'm old.
In the sales org at Blueground, we use Front, FRONT, for our email system, which integrates with G Suite, and it's like internal social media for email. Like I can have a conversation with people in these threads in between email threads without sending an email. It's genius. Every organization should have Front, 100%.
Isn't that like Slack though? Isn't that like Slack though?
So we use Slack too as the full tier organization, but in the sales organization we use Front because it's just really efficient for just creating synergies between working teams. And
isn't that like Microsoft Teams though?
It just works so much better. It's hard to explain, but it's you see comments within the threads and you don't have to there's no need to forward an email or a reply to an email internally. You just have a comment. It's great.
Front.
Yeah.
Are you fronting, Matt? All right, hold on a second.
Get front in your sales org, 100%.
I don't know. I'm still not believing it. Let's see here. We're gonna do a poll here. We're gonna Microsoft or G Suite. What are you? Put it in there. Where's my Microsoft people at? Can you just come out of hiding? Microsoft's overrated. G Suite. I'm a holidays person. What are you talking about, Marcella? I don't even know what you're talking about. There's just I feel like I turned 40 and instantly became an old man. Um, I'm a Microsoft person. We use Docs and Sheets as well. Yeah, sure, that's fine. You got to draw the line
Yeah.
somewhere. Listen, Gmail versus Outlook. Outlook is so far better than Gmail. Gmail, I can't find where the last message was in Gmail. The way they aggregate and collate the messages and stick. I mean,
I,
it's
the Gmail's weak. Gmail's weak. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like Gmail. I really like Outlook. So that is my
yes.
one. But that is my
Praise the Lord.
one.
But here's the thing.
But hold on, real quick. But Front is way better than both.
I feel like I gave you like two possible answers and you chose a third.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
sorry.
Christy Saluga, G Suite. Christy, come on, you can't say that, Christy. You're like my age, Christy. You can't be repping G Suite out here. Jeff, G Suite, 100%. Whatever, Jeff. Microsoft is for the boomers. Lisa, you tripping, Lisa. Lisa,
No shame there.
you're gonna be at ERC, Lisa. It's in Boston. I think you're still in Boston. Jen Brain, G Suite, and Android. Oh man, Matt,
Yeah,
are you
I'm
an
Apple
Android
guy.
or an iPhone person?
I'm an Apple guy. I have the whole. I mean,
Yeah.
I got the whole
We need to
shebang.
talk. We need to have an intervention for Jen at the next conference. We need to
Him
get
and,
Jen like in a corner and be like, Jen, we're here to talk to you about your Android.
It's because Jen and Matt Singley have their, their cool Gmail conversations all day. Because when I was with Relo Share for my brief stint with Matt, I Gmail messaged Jen and Matt. So
G messaged.
G message, whatever it is.
I don't even know what it is. Jill, so true. Microsoft's overrated. Whatever, Jill. Jill's on my team. Love Jill, but we all have our flaws. Oliver says today, totally Microsoft. Thank you, Oliver. Worked in G Suite for a while and it's so no bueno.
The transition sucks. Like it was really hard for me to learn G Suite, but once I learned it, it's better.
I'm like Vinny, mostly Office at work, G Suite home. I use Gmail for my personal email. Yeah. I don't know. It would seem weird to me to have my personal email in Outlook, but
yeah, we don't need that.
G Suite and Android. You can't do a mail merge in Google and Gmail without learning like how to program. Like you can do it, but you got to like learn like a string of programming.
Yeah.
Microsoft, people are laughing at me. Front is an email app. Anissa's coming to your defense here. Front. Yeah, I got.
She knows. She knows.
Doesn't make it right. Okay. Doesn't make it right. Microsoft for work. I'm busting chops out here. Microsoft. What is John? John on my team. G Suite for work. Microsoft. Get out of town. You use Outlook for personal, Jana, and use G Suite at work.
That's twisted.
My company's out of control. Nobody. We're
so all over the place, man.
We're so non-compliant. G Suite. There are filters for that setting. Whatever, Lauren. So smart. Android, what's your MySpace account, Jen? Oh man, you crossed the line, Cliff. You can't unsay that to somebody. What's your MySpace? But bonus points, Jen, if you share your MySpace account. All right, next we'll move on here. Overrated, underrated. Last one. The cold. You a cold person? Overrated, underrated.
I live in Arizona. It's overrated, but caveat. I love going to the mountains into Denver to snowboard. It's awesome, right? But I want to live in it all the time? Nah.
What do you want to live in 110? What do you want to live in?
A pool. AC.
Word.
Although occasional sunbathing.
I've been in a heated pool in Vail, and I might take a heated pool in Vail with the steam coming off of it over like a lukewarm bathtub pool in Mesa, Arizona, or wherever.
But Ben, you live in Dallas. It's been hotter in Dallas the last couple of weeks than it has here because of the humidity.
That's where my heat anger is coming from right now.
Yeah, I get that.
Dude, I'm legit considering moving. Like Dallas is so hot. I'm like, I think we're gonna die. I think the whole thing's gonna collapse. The grid, we have our own grid. It's 107 out here. It's not sustainable.
It's a dry heat, just like Cliff said. it's a dry heat, and it feels better than the wet heat. Sorry,
It does feel better than wet heat, which also sounds terrible. Wet heat, like
does sound weird, huh?
wet heat. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Wet heat. Glomo curl power. Yeah, whatever. All right.
We said to say
Wet
moist heat.
wet heat. Yeah. Oh, now you're digging a hole. Um, Matt can tell you I embrace alternative medicine. Y'all are so fun. Everybody's
Oh
in
yeah,
this comments here. What a great industry we have. I think the cold actually is underrated. I know, and then those people are like, I don't want to shovel snow. Like, get out of here. I think the
yeah,
cold. I think seasons is nice. Y'all don't have
yeah.
seasons out there in
I
Arizona.
miss I miss seasons when they do have seasons here. They don't have seasons in San Diego.
They have like
The
two
San
seasons.
Diego is the best city I've ever lived in, minus it being really expensive. But like the weather is weird. It's to the point where you kind of want the weather to change. It's like not natural. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like Pleasantville. Like you just walking around. It's like, why
Yeah,
is it always 80 degrees and a
yeah,
nice gentle
yeah.
breeze coming from the ocean?
So, but yeah, here it's like 4 months are hell, and then the 8 months are amazing. So it's worth it to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. Um, People are saying Anthony's saying come back to Michigan. Yo, honestly, I did not like Michigan when I lived there, and I moved away, and I'm like, yo, Michigan was dope though.
Nice.
Look, yeah,
Okay.
it was nice. It was
I
nice.
it's crazy. I was gonna go see Barb Hale, and some of my one side of my family in Detroit. I think it was April 14th, 2020, and that was gonna be my first time in Michigan, and it was April 14th, 2020. So I had
Yeah,
to cancel
little
that
little
and
thing called COVID
have it
happened.
rescheduled.
Did you ever get to Detroit?
No,
So
still on the list.
funny. When I got recruited to Detroit, the recruiter wouldn't even tell me the city that the job was located in. She's like, I don't want you to make a premature judgment. I'm like, I'm moving there. Where you're not gonna tell me where it is? Like, what kind of a scam are you running right now? Like,
That's
I'm gonna
weird.
end up in a trunk somewhere. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just get in the car. Like, what do you
No,
mean? Like, and she was
Olivia,
right.
Olivia.
She was right. I probably wouldn't have entertained it if I would have known it was Detroit. And then we moved up there. We had a nice life and we had a beautiful house and had a basement, which was like, man, I miss basements. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Gosh. And yeah, it was wonderful. I was gonna ask you Detroit or Dallas, but you never been to Detroit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, my parents and my brother are in Dallas Fort Worth area, so it would be kind of a one of the reasons to move there. But we're staying in Phoenix for now.
all right. So I know we're going long. Now we're just like
All
boring
good.
everybody talking here. But this was a lot of fun. Matt, I want to give you the opportunity to just kind of leave us maybe with a just final thought.
Whew. I didn't prepare any final thoughts, but what comes from my heart in this moment is that I'm incredibly grateful for you for doing this. We chatted before this, and I thought that it was awesome that you started this, and really it ramped up during COVID and gave people the humanity that most people desperately needed to connect with each other. So thank you so much for doing that. And I'm so glad to be here. And it feels like this specific time in my life, it was meant to be here at this time rather than 2 or 3 months ago. So I appreciate Adam for being patient with me on the side with that. And I am just absolutely overwhelmed at the amount of love that has been sent my way. And I really appreciate everyone. And yeah, I have a long, long, long list of people that I've thanked, but I haven't thanked because honestly, it's happening so fast. So if I haven't messaged you, please know that you're in my heart every time that I see those names. So thank you so much, whether it be a donation, a message, checking in on how I'm doing, a comment on my carrying bridge, anything really has been incredible. And I look forward to healing. I will be healed eventually. I don't know how long that will take, but I am working really hard to put the resources to work and to try everything I possibly can and gather that knowledge. And my final thought is that my goal for my first trip on a plane is to be at ERC, unless I can go to somewhere before then. But I think 2 months is reasonable and realistic. And I want to be there. And I hope that everyone can come by and say hello. Again, we're a big sponsor, and we'll have an incredible booth, and we'd love to meet with you all and, you know, tell you about our company. Is just an incredible way to revolutionize how we look at furnished apartments around the world, or furnished living. So we're excited about that very, very much. So that's my spiel.
I gotta tell you, man, I'm just having this vision of you at ERC at your booth, and just so many people coming up to you and just giving you big old hugs, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I see it, man. I'll
It's
be
like
praying.
it's like the free hug guy at the free hugs guy in Dublin when I was at Eura.
Yeah.
That was motivational, and I'd love to be that guy, as long as it's safe. At that time, absolutely. I might have to maybe wear maybe not that, but I'm going to focus my mind on being that person that would love to give others hugs. So that would be great.
Yeah, Matt, so inspirational, and the outpouring of the comments here are just phenomenal. Hope you can go back and read them all. Thanks everybody who was here supporting Matt, being here for the
Thank you all.
for his story. The story's just beginning, Matt, and I can't wait to see you in Boston.
Yeah,
be great.
I'm excited about it.
Thanks everybody for being here. Hit that like button, send that love out, hit that love button one more time, and send that love out to Matt out there in way too hot Arizona. We'd love to have him on the show, and just love you, man. Big hugs, buddy.
Love you, brother. Thank you all. Much love to you all, and look forward to seeing you all soon.